Good morning. Hello friends. Hope you are all doing well. We are here with another English class. Hope you have your notebook and pen ready. You had enough time to go through the previous lessons, haven't you? Have you submitted your assignments to your English teacher? I hope so. And I have heard that you had discussions with your teacher, you cleared your doubts. Hope you are accustomed to the new way of learning. We have got a few of the speeches submitted by our students here with us. Shall we read one of them?
See, dears, it has got a good salutation. Dear teachers and my dear friends, I welcome you all to hear a small town girl's humble speech. See, it has got a good beginning too. Let's read on. I am a very fortunate and privileged girl to have access to quality education because of my parents who believe in me. As a teacher, my mother knows the importance of a good education for a woman and makes sure I have the opportunity to get a good education. I'm now doing second year of my higher secondary course. Is it the same for every girl in our nation? You may think, why is it necessary to have an education for a woman? See, children, she has included questions too, which is one of the features of a speech. And she has written the speech in 3 paragraphs. So it is also necessary to write a speech in 3 paragraphs. You can write more even, but minimum it should have 3 paragraphs. And look at the last concluding words. Once that is accomplished, we will see a boost up in the growth of our nation in all aspects. So, educate the girls to empower the nation. So, that's an apt ending for a speech. She could have used some additional information, quotes, anecdotes, etc. to make her speech more appealing. And the conclusion could also have been more effective.
Wonderful. She has included all the features of a speech. Great work, dear. See, we teachers really miss all these things which happen in our live classroom. Hopefully this tough time will be over soon and we'll be back to school. See, children, we had a long lockdown days. How did you spend your lockdown days at home? Did you spend it usefully? I tried learning sand art. See, sand art can be used to convey lots of messages. Can you tell me what are the roles she was playing? She cooks food for you, she feeds you, washes your clothes, cleans the house, gets you ready to school. She consoles you, takes care of you when you're sick and hurt. See, children, this can be said about any woman who has that maternal instinct in her. It may be your mother or any other woman who cares about you, supports you, loves you. Such a woman lifts up your life. That much is their influence. Now, take your notebook and write a sentence about your mother. Let it be something that strikes to you when you think about that person. Just write a sentence. Okay, hope you have completed it. Those who have written mother is love, raise your hands. Wow, I can see so many hands there. That's great. Our mother is love. Here, there's a video for you. Watch it. There's a mother in it. I'm so touched. So will you be. The mother was waiting for someone at her deathbed. Can you see who that was? Exactly, her son. They both were happy for some time in their life. But things change at some point. This happens in real life as well. Have you seen the mother's love for her son lessen at any point? No, never. Mother's love for her children never dies. റഫീഖ് അഹമ്മദ് സാർ എഴുതിയ ഒരു കവിതയുണ്ട്. സുന്ദരമായൊരു കവിത. ഉമ്മ, അതാണ് അതിൻ്റെ പേര്. അതിങ്ങനെയാണ്. രാവിൻ്റെ യാമങ്ങളിലെപ്പോഴോ ഉണർന്നപ്പോൾ ഉമ്മയുണ്ടുറങ്ങാതെ അപ്പോഴും ജപമാല മെല്ലവേ തെരുപ്പിടിച്ചേകാന്തമിരിക്കുന്നു. ഉറക്കം വരുന്നില്ല ചൊന്നവർ, ഉറക്കം വരുന്നില്ല ചൊന്നവർ അപ്പോഴോർത്തു താരാട്ടു പാടിത്തന്നും താലോലമാട്ടിത്തന്നും തന്നെ ഉറക്കമതത്രയും തന്നിട്ടാകാം ഇന്നവർക്കുറക്കമറ്റിങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്നവർക്കുറക്കമറ്റിങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുന്നു. അമ്മയുടെ സ്നേഹം, സ്വന്തം ഉറക്കം പോലും മക്കൾക്കായി കൊടുത്ത് ഉറങ്ങാതിരിക്കുന്ന സ്നേഹം, അതാണ് അമ്മ. The selfless love of mother is expressed wonderfully in this poem. And we have a similar poem in our textbook to read and enjoy. On the screen, you can see the poem Any Woman, written by Catherine Tynan. Children, this is a beautiful poem. Shall we read it? Have you enjoyed? Okay, let me check it out. How many stanzas are there in the poem? 4, 5? No, it is 6. 6 stanzas are there. Most of the stanzas begin with the same words. Can you pick it out? Yes, I am. Well, can you identify this I? Who is this I in the poem? Did you say mother? Well said. But is it only mother? Yes, she is mother indeed. As we have discussed earlier, mother may not necessarily be the woman who gave birth to you. It can be any other woman who extends her shoulders for you to cry on. A woman who encourages you becomes the light in your life. Shall we read the poem again?
Any Woman by Catherine Tynan. I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. I am the fire upon the hearth, I am the light of the good sun. I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a stone. At me the children warm their hands, I am their light of love alive. Without me cold the hearthstone stands, nor could the precious children thrive. I am the twist that holds together the children in its sacred ring, the knot of love from whose close tether no lost child goes a-wandering. I am the house from floor to roof, I deck the walls, the board I spread. I spin the curtains, warp and woof, and shake the down to be their bed. I am their wall against all danger, their door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow.
Now, get ready with your notebook. There's a task for you. The woman says, I am this, I am that. You have to complete these statements that begin with I am. Look at the screen. You can see the statements on one side, and on the other side you can see a set of images, pictures. What you have to do is pick the proper image shown on the screen and write its corresponding word to complete this task. Remember, you are not supposed to draw a picture. If you want, you can draw a picture, but what you are expected to do is you write the corresponding word for the picture in the space provided. I'll do the first one for you. Okay? See, the pillar is shown. Okay, now it's your turn. Take your notebook and complete the statements beginning with I am. Oh, that's a picture of a flower. Does she say that she's a flower? Flower? How beautiful. But no. Is she a tree? No, not at all in this poem. Clock? Clock is indeed an apt image for a woman because she works round the clock. When you get up in the morning, you'll see the woman in the home, your mother working at home. When you go to sleep, there she will be again working. But that image is not given in this poem. Tree, butterfly, flower, these are all images that can go with the image of a woman. But we cannot find this in this poem. Hey, hope you have completed the task. Now shall we check the answers? We have already checked the first line. Let's see the second one. I am. Yes, the keystone of the arch. Then, I am the fire upon the hearth. What about the next image? I am the light of the good sun.
I am the heat that warms the earth.
I am the light of love alive. I am the twist that holds together the children in a sacred ring. I am the house from floor to roof. The next one, I am their wall against all danger. I am their door against wind and snow. See, a woman at home is pillar, fire upon the hearth, light of good sun, light of love, twist that holds the children together. She herself is the house from floor to roof. She is the door against all dangers you come across. See the different roles a woman has to perform in her house. Don't you realize how important she is? Now, let's see the poem in detail. Let's focus on the first stanza.
The poem opens with the central metaphor of the house. She says that she is the pillar of the house. She is the keystone of the arch, without which the roof and wall will collapse and the house will be ruined. Here the poem celebrates the glory of womanhood. Very clearly the poet speaks about that here.
We have already seen the images. The woman in the poem is said to be the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch. The images are related to that of a house. What will happen if you remove the pillars and the keystone of your house? Just think about it. Yes, naturally it will collapse. It's the pillars and keystone that give strength to a house. Haven't you seen how important a woman is in a house? Did you understand it? Mother is the strength of the house. The famous poet in Malayalam, Srimati Kamala Suraya, writes in her poem, My Grandmother's House. There's a house now far away where once I received love. That woman died. The house withdrew into silence. How strong is the presence of that woman she loved in that house. Now let's move on to the second stanza.
The mother is not only the foundation of the household, she is the life, light, and love that fill the house. The second stanza very clearly tells the roles played by a mother. Like the sun which warms the earth, she is the source of warmth for the entire family.
She is said to be the fire upon the hearth, from where we get enough warmth to be comfortable. Hearth? What is it? Look at the screen. We don't have hearths in our house. But in the Western countries, every house has a hearth for keeping the house warm during winter. How can a woman be a fire in a hearth? She gives you enough warmth when you feel cold. She makes you comfortable when you feel low, when there is a problem in your life, when you are in distress. She comforts you. She is the light and heat of the sun. Without the light and heat of the sun, there will be no life on earth. Can you survive without the light and heat of sun? No, not at all. Let's move on to the third stanza.
Here, we see the mother spreading her hands, supporting her children. She kindles the fire in the hearth and she becomes the source of love and life for her precious children. Without her, there'll be no life, and then the children will not be able to flourish.
See, the third stanza of the poem is an extension of the second stanza itself. We see the woman who is the backbone of the family, burning like fire that warms the children. The light of love that encircle each and every one in the family for them to flourish.
Now, shall we have a recap of what we have learned today? This poem celebrates motherhood. How a mother is in a family is very clearly told here. The mother is the strength of the house. It's her confidence that builds the confidence of her children. Without her, the house would be cold and lifeless, and the children would not thrive. Mother and house become synonymous here. See, children, she is the one who holds the house. She is the one who supports the house. She herself becomes house. She becomes the pillar that bears the weight. She becomes the keystone that bears the tension of the house. She becomes the fire herself and burns herself for the family. These hardships and burdens that a mother has to bear for her children show the selfless suffering that motherhood involves. It tells us 1. To realize the importance of mother or any woman who has that maternal instinct in them. It may be, as we have told earlier, it can be your mother, it can be your sister, or it can be your teacher, or any other person, any other woman. Secondly, you should realize the all embracing power of a woman that holds her family together. And be considerate towards her feelings.
But sadly, people don't realize what they are losing when they avoid her, throw her out. These news are not from films, children. They are from real life. These are recent news of people removing the pillars and keystones of their houses, paving way for their own collapse. It's high time we thought about it and reacted. Look at the Malayalam films. We don't see mother characters recently. It has become a trend. Recently, there was an article in one of the leading newspapers too about it. The lack of mother characters in Malayalam films. It's a recent trend of the society that got reflected in Malayalam films. Is it?
The life of a woman is a life of sacrifices. She sacrifices her freedom, pleasure, her time, her sleep, and everything in her life for her loved ones. Is it right to ignore such a woman when she becomes old? Do we ever recognize her efforts and appreciate her? Do we care and support her as she cares and supports us? Think about it, dears. As the famous writer Rudyard Kipling says, mothers should be loved, cared, respected, and protected because God could not be everywhere and therefore He made mothers. Now, before we wind up the session, shall we move on to our assignment for the day? Shall we collect a few poems with similar theme and prepare a manuscript magazine? You can draw pictures too to make your magazine beautiful.
This is an assignment for you, children. Hope you have got clear picture of the first 3 stanzas of the poem. We'll be back with another English class. Until then, read the textbook, read the poem, clear your doubts with your teacher, discuss with your teacher, complete the assignment, and submit it to your teacher. We'll be joining you with another class. Until then, goodbye and stay safe. Thank you.